This is how I made $1,600 trading the Nasdaq today on the market open. Okay? No, but this is not your average guru. I fucking hate people who do that. Anyways, another banger today. 5-0 win streak. We unfortunately got trailed out, and price is still running to our final take profit. But you know, it is what it is. This is a trade that we took today, and let's go over the market and then why we took this trade. All right. So again, as always, first things first. Hide the drawings. Get the conditions. Today was kind of neutral, leaning bullish for the following reasons. I was neutral leaning bullish because, as you can see, I guess I'll have to go to the hourly here so we can do this fine. We are still trading within this ginormous range, which is terrible. Like, I hate this, but it's fine. It is what it is. Like, we can still catch good trades like we did, but we're not going to be catching really big moves, like all the way up into here and such. Like, we need to see that big breakout. Maybe tomorrow, maybe tonight. You know, Trump is talking tonight, so that's why I think price was not the best of the best today. I think it was good, but it wasn't delivering to like its full extent. But I also, like, I'll explain in a sec. Why am I leaning bullish? Well, because we have, I can't mark anything, but because we have this hourly gap right here that got inversed overnight, and I feel like we're just making a retrace and we want to see continuations higher. We have pretty obvious targets above and below, so I was leaning more bullish in that sense. ES, however, this is one thing that was kind of holding me back at first, is ES did have this very big hourly gap right here that we had to trade out of if we're going to go long, which wasn't ideal. But anyways, going into the market open now with the idea of the following objectives. I guess I'll have to just delete that. The objectives were obviously previous day high, or I guess these hourly highs, previous day high, and then previous day high, and then for lows was previous day low, and then like a 30-minute intermittent low. And I wanted to see reactions out of that. We could easily see, you know, a move down and then continuation lower into these lows, or we could easily see a move up into these highs, which is exactly what happened today. Going into the 5-minute, just to kind of skip ahead, we kind of trade higher during overnight, so I'm expecting price to continue this trend. However, what happens is we go to the market open and it just kind of shits the bed, and it doesn't take out these lows, which we made an SMT with ES with these lows right here. We made an SMT down there, meaning that we could expect price to continue higher. So I'm like, okay, perfect. I want to see, you know, the classic M formation. I'm not trading inverse value gaps. A lot of people entered right here, which, sure, if that's your model, that's a good trade. Congratulations. But I'm seeking higher. I'm trying to find something bigger than this. Therefore, I just wait. We just rally like crazy. And I know that eventually we're going to be retracing. It always happens. It's just a matter of time. There's still plenty of objectives. And this is also setting up for something really good, which is if we're going to be bullish, we're going to respect all of our bullish confluences. Therefore, when the 5-minute gap opened here, I was like, perfect. I just want to see a retrace into this 5-minute gap. It would form our W really nicely. And then we can take a trade off of that. What happens? Exactly that. We go down to this 5-minute, and I'm waiting, and we set up perfectly. We set up this 1-minute gap and then this 1-minute gap. So I'm like just waiting it out. I could have entered here, but it's not really what I like. I want to see a confirmation. Again, we were trading lower lows. This is a lower low. We made a higher high. Now we made a higher low. I want to see some type of confirmation to make another higher high here. Therefore, we just wait. We don't get anything yet. And then boom. On this candle, I'm like, okay, it looks like we want to go long. Let me just wait for a confirmation. We get a confirmation on this candle right here. We inverse this 1-minute failed BPR. As you can see, we inverse this 1-minute BPR, making a failed BPR. Super strong confluence right there. Stops at the most recent lower low because I don't want to see us trade into another lower low. And this is good because a lot of people would put their stops down here, and look what would happen. We traded lower into that, like way lower into that, and could have almost taken you out. Now I'm thinking, okay, wait, this is not looking good, obviously, and I got a little bit worried, but it's fine. You know, I trust my trade. I trust my intuition. And this technically formed a second entry where in the future, I'm going to utilize things like this to enter heavier on the position because it kind of convinces you that it's going to do better. So we flip this 1-minute gap, perfect. Then we make a confirmation candle right there. And I should have entered another position right there with my stops below this, but I just decided to stay in my original position because my risk management was already done. That's fine. Break even at this high of day, in this case would be like the AM high, because we could easily see kind of like a flip lower, and I don't want to get caught in bad price action, especially in a day that Trump is speaking. So you got to recognize those days. Oh man. Oh, Jesus. Okay. And then as you can see, the trade kind of just goes in our direction. Boom, we're break even. Our first take profit were these hourly highs right here. And our second take profit was previous day high, final take profit the other previous day high. What ends up happening is the following: we stall a little bit, and then we finally take our first profit, as you can see here. And this is good because we make a prominent higher low, meaning that this is a perfect place to trail our stops. And we make, boom, we take profit there. I decided to take most of my profit there, so therefore my only second take profit was at this like previous day high up here. In reality, I probably shouldn't have done that. I guess I got a little bit impatient because price wasn't delivering the best, so I didn't want to get caught in like a bad drawdown. But anyways, I decide to trail my stops here initially, and then once I see the following right there, once I see this, like once I see like us going right here and making a bearish move down, I decided to trail my stops to this low, as you can see right here, trail, which is clearly a mistake. I didn't think we were going to go lower than this because we did have a 1 minute gap protecting it, and I thought we were going to go at least to previous day high like immediately because we hadn't even tapped to the weekly gap. But unfortunately not, we get stopped out, and then price almost takes out what would be this low, but we actually end up flipping, which was surprising. I'm very surprised that this is flipping and like this is going up. But I'm perfectly fine with exiting my trade here. You know, I ended up taking what would be a total, like a 1 to 1.2, I believe. So like I took most profits here, which would be 1.3, and then this would be like a 1 to 1, I believe, or like a little bit less. So yeah, like let's just call it like a 1 to 1. Not my best risk to reward, but it's fine. You know, I am asking for a lot. I mean, I am asking for a 1% move on the day, so we have to capitalize on what we have, keeping a win rate high. And as you can see, price just kind of continued. It would have hit our second day profit. Do I think we're going to go to these previous day highs? Probably not, but you never know. And then again, super good trade. Super happy with my trading. Super good risk management. At one point I did think I might lose this trade, but that's fine. You know, I was super happy with the trade. Ended up walking away with a $660 win. I'll show you guys, obviously, as always, the call outs. You can join Discord with the link below. So let me show you guys the call outs here. There we go. So as you can see, my theory was kind of wrong at first. ES was kind of determined whether we were going to trade higher or not, and we just ended up trading higher anyway, so it's fine. And then Trump speaks at 9, so price could be whack, this is also why I exited a little bit earlier and why I was tighter with my trails, because you never know. You truly, in days like this, you never know. If it was a regular day, like at every single day, I would not have trailed my stops there. I would have trailed my stops to the actual prominent low, higher low, and then I would have just let it run. So as you can see right here, I saw potential in this trade, both on NQ and ES, but I ended up taking the trade on NQ. Saw a little bit of drawdown, and then I said I upped at a B to my break even originally was this hourly high because I wanted to see the previous day high get taken. But because I thought we were really going to move fast, once I saw this kind of stalling, I decided not to. And as you can see, a first take profit gets hit, and then we get trailed out here, followed by just getting trailed at 11.21, which can be corroborated with the chart itself. 11.20, 11.21, I got trailed out there. This puts us at a healthy profit for the day, so let me show you guys that too. I'll go on my Twitter just so I can show you guys the profit for today. We're 2 days away from taking another payout, and if I can take 2 more trades like this, or even bigger trades ideally, I'm gonna be able to take max payout on 2 accounts, which is really nice. As you can see, I just posted this right after. This is these 2 up here evals. These 2 down here are funded accounts. So if we can take 2 more trades, solid trades like this, we should be able to have max payout potential. But obviously not rushing anything. Want to take my time. Want to make sure that, you know, we trade properly. We don't want to trade just to make money. We want to trade well. Evals are only $500 from being passed, so that's good. And then on my live account, as you can see, I have $1,700 now, which is really nice. We're trading extremely well, so I'm super happy about that. And I honestly, nothing much else to say. I feel like the trading has been going really well. I'm on a 5-win streak. I've never been so confident in my trading, And I'm going to start, like I said, I'm going to start making the videos because I feel like now the time is right to make the videos. Before, I didn't feel like the time was right to make the videos teaching you guys. Now that I truly do believe in this strategy and I do believe that this is going to work, I feel like I have the right to tell you because I'm applying it to myself. I want to be as transparent as possible, and I want to tell you guys, well, like, is this going to work? Is this not going to work? So, yeah, that's basically it. Check out today's video. It's going to be about how to use TradingView and like all that stuff, candles and so on. Tomorrow's video is going to be about a breakout structure and such. And then the video after that for value gaps, video after that is going to be maybe order blocks. I don't really use order blocks, but like we're going to do a couple videos, probably like a 15 video series or something like that. So yeah, that's basically it for the trade recap today. Really nice trading, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.